Alrighty. So, of course, the GoPro camera run out of battery or power. So I did not stop to change the battery. I continued to press on because I feel under pressure, I should say. I feel under pressure to accomplish something substantial, right? Instead of just greasing the beast and oils and filters and maintenance, I need to feel as if I accomplished something. So I finished welding everything. They're definitely not 100%. I made the mistake of welding these to the 7/8, and I didn't put the spacer between them, so you can see they're a little crooked, right? And I only did one, two, the center one, and then three. I just welded them to the 7/8 bar. But I have a feeling I'm probably gonna have to weld the rest of them together, just to keep it like from rattling. I don't know. And then I put in some gussets on the four corners, so that should give me some superior strength on the corners, and keep it from what's the word I'm looking for? From slanting, right? So now the mission is to put the hinges on. Now let's hope my math, I scratched my brain and my math is correct on the distance of where I want to put the hinges. Rule of thumb, from what I read online, is a third of the distance on each side, on the bottom and the top, from the full length. So if I have 3 feet, then it would be at, I believe, 1/3 of that would be 1 foot on the top and 1 foot from the bottom, right? So I have a 4 foot length and 1/3 of 4 feet. I cannot do that in my head, so I'm assuming that would be what, let's see, 1/2 is 2, so then 3 feet. So then 3 feet from the top and 3 feet from the bottom? No, that don't sound right. That don't sound right. So what I'm probably gonna do is, as I place the rebar at 1 foot off the center, right, I will put the hinges right in between this and this, right in between this one and this corner bar. I'll put them in right here, and right here is what I'm thinking. So that should give me plenty of separation to spread out the load. All right, that's the mission. I have to accomplish it. Oh, while I was chaining up the fence, the gate, the post, or the door, or whatever you want to call it, blah, 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 I noticed that I got a crack in the bucket, Delilah. So I'm gonna touch that up. I got some 60-13 rod I'm gonna try, because the 60-13 rod says that there's you get deeper penetration. So that crack, I'd like to get as deep a penetration as possible on that crack. I'm gonna do that right now. The sun came out for maybe 30 minutes and it was nice. It felt nice and there was no breeze and it was really nice, and then it disappeared and now I got a breeze and I'm chilly. Right, it's about 2 o'clock. I probably got another 3 hours of light at most to finish what I'm doing. And I guess tomorrow we'll hang the gate and see if all my measurements were correct on the distance between the posts and all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for tagging along. Hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're laughing a little bit. No, I don't hope you're crying. Don't cry. Don't cry for me, Argentina. All right, let me fire up the G8000 and hit that bucket. And then I'm going to get the tape measure out and the hinges out and put them in place and see what happens. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking or what I'm saying, but I don't know why I said 60-13. It's 60-11. So here we go. Alright, so I beefed that up a little bit, and that should work, I hope. The other welds that I did on this side here seem to be holding out, and I'm happy with that. They're not cracked, which is nice. So there's my slop and my bubble gum. Wow, that looks terrible down there. That's really bad. Let me hit that with the 7018 on top just to make it look prettier, because that looks hellacious. Hellacious. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired, getting giddy. these are the King Kong 3,000 pound capacity hinges. They have a Zerk fitting to grease, and let's see. Inside, there's I believe it's a 1 1/4 inch diameter steel ball bearing, and the pin rides on top of that bearing. It would be beneficial to put the ball bearing section on the bottom. This way the pin is riding on the ball bearing, and if you have to take it off, the ball bearing won't fall in the dirt and you won't have to deal with that problem. Alright, let's go see how the placement of this hinge will look. So if I put it in between the two, right? Okay, so the question would be, do you want to put the grease fitting on the fence, or do you want to put the grease fitting on the post? Now if I put, say we put that there. Alright, let me get the other one. And that there, like that. Does that look like that's gonna spread the load? So what if I put the bottom that goes on the post this high, and then weld that and that'll put more weight on the top. And if I move the bottom to there, that raises this up. Alright. Got to break out the tape measure and do some ciphering. I don't want to make a mistake here. That's the mistake on the fence. Yeah, that's appearance. There's no structure involved in that, truly. But the hinges, there's structural forces involved. I don't want to mess that up. All right, let me get a tape measure and do some ciphering. We're going to go 1 foot on center of the hinge. That's the plan. 1 foot center hinge.